Well, this is Flat Cap Cafe Racer. I'm heading off into the mountains today, and I hope my friend from Sri Lanka, Clem, appreciates the kind of the mountain ride today, because it's awful cold, Clem. Awful cold. Well, I've made about 450 videos, and about 10 of them that I think are probably the most important to me, or most impacted. The 10 I'd like for you, if you're a new viewer, or if you're no viewer, to kind of watch. I'm going to count them down. Number 10. Number 10 would be the drone footage from my motorcycle crash I had out in Bonneville in 2023. That made a pretty big impact on me, and fortunately for me, I didn't hang it up right then and there. Number 10, surprisingly, now a lot of these videos don't have a lot of views, but number 10 did. Out of about 80,000 views that people watched it, about 79,000 of them told me how I should ride the motorcycle better, that from people that had never been out to Bonneville Salt Flats and never rode a Rocket 3. That was what was amazing to me. Alright, number 9. Number 9 was another Bonneville video. It's where I set a record on Rocket 3 last year, and that was impactful to me because was my last visit out to the Bonneville Salt Flats. I've been out there 12 years. Well, I've been going out there for about 12 years anyway, and I've been racing out there probably eight times during that 12 years. And what's important about that last record was the record, the number 10 where I crashed. I had a record going out there. That's all I had to do is finish, and I couldn't do that. So in 2025, I went out there, and we got that record that we left behind in 2023. So we did that in 2025. So that was a pretty good one. Now I have two videos in here that are my choices that aren't motorcycle videos. And the first one was number 8. It was my trip to Russia in 1995. I was in the military at that point in time, and they sent me over to Russia to do a part of a treaty, a START treaty, where they were chopping up their Bear bombers. Well, went over there, and not too much unexpected is that I got to meet some of my Russian counterparts in the military, and I got to thinking, those people are not as bad as we thought they were. The governments might not get along, but the people are pretty nice. And what really impacted me was at the time I did this video about the time I went to this little play with a bunch of kids, and the kids basically turned my attitude is that I decided right then and there that as a nuclear launch officer, I could not do that anymore. After I met the kids and things like that, I got, that's not for me. Number 7 was a Bonneville video, but it wasn't about me. It was about Guy Martin. Guy Martin, a lot of you guys know Guy Martin. He's a pretty famous racer, done a lot of things from Isle of Man to everything else, you know. Well, he was out riding the Triumph Streamliner in 2016. We got to meet Guy Martin out there, and watched the Triumph boys try to set a record. The Triumph Streamliner didn't impress me that much, but Guy Martin sure did, because what he did to, and how he handled that Streamliner as a new guy out there on the salt, bad salt, was very, very impressive to me.
Number 7 would be Guy Martin at the 2016 Mike Cook Shootout.
Okay, number 6, I guess, would be taking this motorcycle here to the drag strip and beating Mr. Bill on his Rocket 3 so many times. It set Mr. Bill on his way to getting a lot of horsepower in his Rocket 3 and doing some things. And I don't think he's ever turned around from that. Mr. Bill's always looking for more power. But I had a lot of good times riding this motorcycle out on the drag strip. We did a lot of good runs, and then pretty much beat everything Mr. Bill had except that doggone ZX1400R. Number 5 would be the Hatman video. One of the things I used to be, many things I used to be, was a sales manager for BMW motorcycles. And I made a video about selling a motorcycle to a fairly poor guy in his mid-60s buying a BMW GS. I mean, he had to use all his money to do that. And he really wanted to buy that GS. And what I had to do to keep my conscience clear about selling him that GS.
The story basically revolves on an older man that really had his heart set on a motorcycle, the GS 1100, that he could barely afford and certainly couldn't ride. And what he and I went through in the process before he could finally buy the bike. I probably haven't ever sold a bike to a more deserving person than I sold that one, but I also have never sold a bike to a person that I feared more than I did with him, at least initially.
Now we'll try for a little bit more. Okay, where were we at? Alright. Number 4, I guess that number 4 is another Bonneville one I had. Got 6 inches from disaster. I was riding a Kawasaki ZX1400R out there, and I was keeping my head down and not where I couldn't see very much, and so I could go fast. And I got to one of the markers out there, timing markers. I was going about 190 miles an hour by the time I got there. It's about the 4-mile mark, and I looked up and I was heading right towards the marker. I mean, right at it. And you really can't do anything out there, but you can't really stop. You can't swerve very fast. So I kept it pinned and just decided to go pick one side of them, see if I could make it. I think I made it about 6 inches. That was, got my attention. Another one, I guess that's the number 3, would be riding this motorcycle out there at the Bonneville Salt Flats. I rode it out there many times, and I was very, very frustrated by the lack of speed I was able to get because of the throttle bodies closing. Well, I got that corrected, and I went out there. I think it was the fastest Thruxton naturally aspirated Thruxton R that's ever been run out there. And I went 151.3 miles an hour. Very proud of that one. The bike did really, really well. Number 2 now, huh? Alright, number 2 would be that happened this year on my birthday. My wife surprised me and bought me a new Tiger Sport 800. I mean, I was really shocked that she did that. And I had went into the motorcycle shop and I've been looking at it and looking at it and looking at it. And I went in one day. I was going to pick up my well, actually, I went in one day and I was talking about my Tiger 900, and I seen that they had a sold sign on it, and I'm going, I'm going to tell these guys to let the guy know, whoever bought this, if he decides he changed his mind, I'll be interested in getting that bike from him, you know. Well, it turns out the sold sign was a kind of a phony baloney one, because my wife went up there and bought it a couple days earlier. So I got really surprised when I went up to pick up my Tiger 900, and it turned out that they didn't have my Tiger 900 ready, but they did have a new motorcycle for me, a Tiger Sport 800. That was pretty sensational. Great birthday. Okay. My number 1 that I like for you to watch is most impactful to me, and it is not a motorcycle video, but it is something that, one of the things that gave me a nightmare for probably about 40 years, because like I said, I was a nuclear missile launch officer back in the early 80s, mid 80s. And we had a missile that went to launch in process out there, and it's showing indications of going missile launch in process. So I made a video about that. It's about 28 minutes, and it's pretty long, but it's a pretty detailed video. And for me, since I made that video, I have never had that nightmare about that missile launching again. And sometimes in my nightmares before, the missile launched. So now those, like I said, these videos aren't the videos that necessarily got the most views or got the most likes or most subscribers. Well, some of them did, but there are videos that impacted me a lot. So the 10 that's impacted me the most, and I'd like for you to, if you're going to watch any of them, those are the 10 I'd like for you to watch. I may make some more that will go up into the top 10, but those are the top 10 I have out of my first 450 videos. So this is the Flat Cap Cafe Racer going, thanks for watching today. Hopefully I'll keep these cameras on.